name is Lucy and today I'm going to be talking about From Blood and Ash by Jennifer L. Armentrout and whether this book is worth the hype. So this is a fantasy romance book and I've never read anything by Jennifer L. Armentrout before, and I haven't read fantasy romance before, and this is a book that's been really hyped in the book community. So if you watch BookTube, you've probably heard of this book and everyone seems to be loving it. So I thought that I would give it a go. So in this book we follow a maiden called Penelope, and she has been chosen to be this pure figure who lives in this castle with the Duke and Duchess. And in this world, certain people become the Ascended. We don't really know too much about what the Ascended are, but you can kind of work it out from descriptions. And the ascension process is very vague. Penelope doesn't really know too much about it, but all that she knows is that she will be found worthy or unworthy by the gods and she will ascend. And her brother has already ascended. And Penelope has to follow certain rules. She can't speak to most people. She has to wear a veil around people and she can't kiss anyone or anything. And at the beginning of the book there is an encounter with a guard, and this kind of starts things happening and Penelope questioning whether she wants to be this maiden anymore. And there are some steamy scenes throughout this book, especially towards the end, but straight away there is a scene as well. So I would say that maybe 60% of this book is fantasy and then 40% is romance. You have banter throughout and you follow Penelope in the castle, and she has close friends that are like family to her. Her parents were killed when she was younger, and they were attacked by these creatures called the Craven, who people believe were created by the Wolven and the Atlantean and the Dark One. And these are creatures that are seen as evil. And to appease the gods, people give over their second and third children to the Ascended. And there are some dark things happening as well. Penelope is abused by those in power, and no one seems to want to do anything to help her until this guard comes in, and they have really good banter and you see their relationship develop. So what did I think of this book? At first it was a bit slow, so you have things happening straight away with their relationship and then you follow a lot of plot, and it can be quite slow and a bit dense, but then it does pick up around 40% and more action happens. There are battle scenes and you start to find out more. And although this book was kind of predictable with some things, there were some twists as well. And this book can be quite dark. There are deaths in it, there is violence, and there is some evil stuff going on. And the romance can be seen in two different lights, but I don't really want to give too much away because I don't want to spoil any of the book. But just be aware that there are steamy scenes. And honestly, I did really like this book. I liked the fantasy world that it had developed. And although some of it could be seen as tropey, I did actually enjoy it and I liked it, and I liked finding out about the world and seeing Penelope start to question things. Because you're almost screaming at her like, why aren't you questioning anything? Why are you just listening to everything you've been told? But it makes sense because that's how she's been brought up, and this is everything that she believes, everything she's been told. And it's really great to see Penelope develop as a character and to show her strength and her defiance. So I really did enjoy watching this character develop, and the relationship between the guard and Penelope was interesting, and there was banter throughout with the romance, which was nice to see, and the relationships as well with like her friends and another guard who was kind of like a father to her. And I just feel like it was a pretty well developed book. So do I think that this book is worth the hype? I do. I think it was a really great book, and there were a lot of hyped books that I try and I don't enjoy. And I wasn't sure if I was going to like this book, but I did enjoy it. And I would kind of recommend, if you liked Twilight when you were younger, then maybe check this out. I am going to be checking out some other fantasy romance books and books by this author as well. And I've given this book about a 4.5 stars. I really did like it, and straight away I am starting the sequel as well. And I've recently found out that there's a third book too. I only thought it was a duology, but it's not. So that will be great. So I would really recommend trying this out. Do not let the size put you off. It's over 600 pages, but I would recommend the audiobook as well if you do like audiobooks. The narrator was really great. She showed emotion and just read it really well. So I would really recommend that if you want to check it out. And I will link it down below. Let me know if you would like to see a review video for the second book in this series. And let me know if you've read this book and what you thought, or if you're thinking of checking it out. and any recommendations you have for similar books for me. Please like, comment and subscribe if you would like to, and thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you in another video soon. Bye!